see thanks for the follow. You want to watch the rest of the tournament stuff?
Imagine. There's one.
If you want to come down and play some games.
Fighting round. Online, special, online.
Why is it always got me in North America? Come on, let's fucking move on. Not one. Oh.
I don't have time to play. How's this? Bring in the heat!
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Gotta do this.
Round one.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. Nails the timing and stings them. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? There's space to make something happen here, and neither fighter looks willing to back down. Takes the chance to hurt him. Takes a trip. Player 1 gets him. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Spirits are lifted. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Good old slaps. What'll happen here? This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Fires without warning. 100-hand slap. Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Slaps them! Are we gonna see a comeback here? A parry? The throw whips. No escaping that. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Strings it all together. Decent damage. What's next? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Perfect air-to-air. They're on the lookout for jump-ins. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Good parry there, and... Next up, these two fighters are perfectly synced. Decides to puff up while they can. Takes a trip. Was looking for that jump attack. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Uito throw. You can't let him close in like that. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Sumo Spirit. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? How's this? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Big man's coming for you. Chin right kick for a mix-up. Which way you gonna block? Cannon blast them. Show up for it. A quick breather. Player 2 needs to use the predator claw critical. What's gonna happen? Big diff throws them. What'll happen here? They're spacing. They're going for the super art. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Denies the attack and goes for the fireball. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. All right. Lots of aggression from both sides. Parries the attack. Mistimed the perfect parry, but is still safe. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Sand blast! KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Checking their reactions with a fireball? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Drive rush to keep it going. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Hits them with a stop and bop. Dashes forward. A parry? Smart play with the front springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Beginning operation.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Denies the attack and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Checks them with a projectile. Big counter. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
How's this? Saw that coming. Are we going to see some fireworks here? They trade hits, and now neither of them willing to back off. Going in, somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Spikes! Breaks those shins. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Hits them with a stop and bop. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Drive parry. Doing some quick planning? Oh my god, they just choked it up. They are not getting close to each other. Close range projectile. A jump in? Just goes for it at this range. The low kick hit. Just what they were after. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight.
Opens with the fireball. Big read. Final hits a good spot to use the super. Low heavy. Hopes with the medium kick. Player 2 up for the arrow. Oh, here we go. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Quick medium poke. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Fires without warning. Dangerous range here. What's next? Nothing stops this train. Punish counter on reaction. Throws them. Amazing. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. A real test of nerve here. Closes it out. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rebound. A parry? Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Medium kick hits. Neither of them willing to back off it. The low heavy hits. Takes up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? The attack is parried. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Knockdown. Big, low, reaching heavy. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Reacts fast enough to get will this super art connect? Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Jumps in. A parry? Hits them with a stop and pop. Knocks them out of the air. Both fighters are playing with a full deck of drive. They need to show their hand and do something. Hit that with confidence. What's next? Rock super hard incoming. Parries? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Both sides getting ready. Dragon Lash. Kick out of nowhere. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight.
The parry is low heavy. Low heavy, but no go. Player 2 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. And easy. Excellent read. Oh, the throw connects. What now? What are they gonna do? Ooh, what a smart throw. Can they use their drive to escape? What a finish! Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Beginning operation.
Don't expect me to be a
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Long, low attack hits. The low, heavy hits. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. Low, heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. The low, heavy connected? Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
They were expecting that drive impact.
How's this?
Shoots off a fireball up close. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player one chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player two will need to play it conservative until their drive recovers. Going in, experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive lead. This is a very just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. How can they steal this win and hits the air throw? Both fighters charges forward. Jinrai kick in there. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Denies the attack and parrying an attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Tries some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Neither of them willing to back off here. Checks them with a projectile. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Throws them. What's next? Knockdown. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Checks with a medium kick. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Knockdown and player two will look to apply pressure here. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Big low attack to pick up the win this round. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Oh my god, they just choked it up! Breaks those shins. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Medium kick. Both fighters planning something? That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. The low! Were they baiting them into that? In there! Player one may have a well of untapped potential. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Got their eye on the air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player two is just about out of drive after that. No heavy? What are they thinking here? Player two is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Takes a trip. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Taking stock. Life lead opens up. Brings out the super art. KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jump in. How will they take it? Will this super art connect? Stops the attack by using the drive parry. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Smart play with the throw. Super clutch corner switch. Steals back a chance. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. A quick breather. The life hits him with a stopping block. Flashes him. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Looking to impress with this super. Player one is mounting a comeback. What else is up there? Sets up with the jump in. Who will capitalize? Low heavy. No! Critical art now? This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Sit down and shut up!
What a finish!
Yeah! You can't beat me!
Final round. Fight!
They are letting it fly from the get-go! Low heavy! Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. The low kick hits! Player one has the suit connects with the throw! Amazing! Both fighters have a full the low! Player sets up with the jump in! This may turn into a big chance! Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up! Drive parry! They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Drops them from the air. Goes to the air. Gets the tip with the low heavy. Player one was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in, finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Can't tech the throw. Trips him up. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
How's this?
Reads them. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. With the life gap opening up, that parry may be just the catalyst they need. The big play doesn't. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Still slugging it out at this range. What'll happen here? They were expecting that drive and hit them with a stop and go. Target lock and scoop. Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Oh my god, they just choked it up! There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Both fighters planning some... just goes for it at this range. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. There it is! They knew it'd be enough. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Fight with all your heart!
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Low heavy picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Knockdown. Digs in deep to get that drive impact. This is a critical point of the round. Experiencing burnout. Player one can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. They were not cleared for takeoff. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
From above. Who's going to start things off? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Escapes with the reversal. They're going for the super art. Javelin of Marisa. Digs in it. Going in. From low heavy to gets the throw zone. How long will this offensive assault continue? Player one is in a very good. Oh, yo, Ross super hit. Noticeably gets the counter hit and the win. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Balance from above. Big, low, reaching heavy. Hits with the overhead. Still slugging it out here. Stops the attack by using a drive parry. Mistimed the perfect parry, but is still safe. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Goes for the super art. Javelin of Marisa. Digs in it. Bears the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Threads it cleanly. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super arm. Jumps, rushes that off and keeps going. Breaks the block with a throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. Perfect read with the drive parry. Player two is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Still slugging it out at this range. Sick super armor use. Opts for the critical arts. Spends it all for the crossfire. This is what happens when Sonic Boom beats Somersault Kick for an all-out assault.
That's our approach.
Sonic ready to steal a turn. Parry. Oh, reversal. Player one is in a very good spot now. Nick doesn't take a throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Fight. Fight. Round. Fight.
Sonic Blade for some cover fire. Up for the Tonitrus. Nice counter. Yo, put that away. Reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. Connects with the throw. They're going for the super art. Oh, that's gonna leave a crater. Okay, here we go. Player two is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Here comes the low. Super armor. Rolled and calculated. Oh, the throw connects. What's next? Oh, tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Comes for them with a phalanx. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and move. Damn, are you kidding me? Player one has got the win out of that absolute carnage!
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Perfect air-to-air. Jump in, finds the mark. No good up high. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Good anti-air. Wow, shut down. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Long low attack hits. Uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Strings it all together. Checks them with the projectile. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Life lead opens up. Peppers them with a lightning kick. Love tap to close it. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Sonic Blade's a fish for a reaction. The jump in is denied. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Big opportunity now in this corner. Medium kick hit. Side switch in the corner. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff.
Chun-Li.
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
If I fail. If I fail. No way. It's over. Here. Now observe. Here, you will escape. Care to hear how this ends? In ruins.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let us begin. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. A brave forward jump there to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Okay. Player one has the life advantage. Experiencing burnout. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Going in, untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Fighting round. Online. Great match. A new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Come on.
I'm number one. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Jump in, finds the mark. Opts for the throw. Steps in for the throw. Still slugging it out here. Goes for the throw. Taking stock. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Takes a trip. Stops the attack by using a drive parry. Just out of range for that throw. Can't tech the throw? Knockdown. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Both fighters are going on the offensive. Both fighters are barely alive. Grabs him. What'll happen here? Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Hits them with a stopping block. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? A quick breather. Not much drive to work with at the moment. Attack, defend, anything can happen in this situation. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Show up force! Medium kick hits. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Long range fireball to break the silence. The drive impact doesn't work. You see that? Slipped through the opening for the KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
How's this? Shows a medium kick. A parry? Underhand slap.
Hadouken! Hadouken!
How's this? The throw miss. Gotta do better than that. Hits him with a stopping block. Ooh, what a smart throw. Amazing. Huge chance after that wall splash. Wow, reads the counterattack. Sends him flying. Underhand. Both sides getting ready. Burns out. Player one is looking at a grid situation. Nothing stops this train. A real test of nerves here. Crowns him from above. Player two is, are you kidding me? Player two comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Parry. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. Opts for the throw. Player two has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Very solid corner switch. Avoids getting cornered. Oh, what a move. Combo with the target combo. Gets the jump in. Knockdown. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. One combo can end this round right now. What'll happen here? Hook tap to closing. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Right off the bat, there's no hesitation. Oh, what's this? The moves cancel out. You couldn't plan that. Impact's a no-go. Forcefully closes the gap. Hits him with a stopping block. Taking stock. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Breaks the block with a throw. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. This is gonna be bad news. Smart play with the throw. Genius read. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Player one, ooh, what a smart throw. A quick breather. Jumps and sets up with the jump in. Taking chunks out of each other here. Helps with a kick. Oh my God, what a finish. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Bring in the heat. They're gonna teach you a lesson here. You play with fire and you're gonna get burned. Great job. Raw super hard incoming. Too far for the throw to connect. Excellent block. Brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters are desperate for meters. What's next? What are they gonna do? Both fighters are down to half life. What now? The drive impact doesn't work. Ground them from above. Player 2 gotta do better than that. Tap them on the dome. Medium kick. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Got him. Perfect execution with the anti-air. What a statement with that fireball. Opens them right up. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Medium kick hits. Shin-right kick for a mix-up. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The super armor does its job. They're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Takes a trip. Anything could happen here. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Rolls in. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. It digs in deep to get that drive impact. Shin-right kick hits a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
Bet that hurt.
Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Just goes for it at this range. Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough? Are they dead? Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Special versus. Practice versus. Arcade. Practice versus. Special match. Arcade. Practice versus. Online ring match. A new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? The drive parry was successful. Parrying an attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. If they can't escape, KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Pokes with a medium kick. Scrapping it out up close. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Shows the medium kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Pops them with a shorty. What'll happen here? And whiffs! They're wide open! Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good KO! Player 2 proved to be the victor in that mirror match.
Great match. Special match. Special arcade. online. Fighting ground. Special online. Greatest match. A new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? Come on.
Prepare.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Denies the attack, and parrying attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Starting to sweat a bit. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Can't tech the throw. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player one can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Player two wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Fight.
Immediate jump. Throws him. What's next? That throw will do some good damage. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. What'll happen here? Player one, in dire straits, hits him with a stopping block. Super Arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. They're stunned. All they need to do is get enough damage to finish it. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player two is in a very good spot. What a finish! Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Opts for the throw. What are they thinking here? Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Still slugging it out here. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Good work staying in throw range there. Player 2 chases them down. Grabs them. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Hold your breath. Life lead opens up. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Uses the parry. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. They can't be shy about stocking meta levels with Manon because the counter doesn't reset between rounds. Medium kick. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Were they baiting them into that? Breaks the block with a throw. Player 1 will look to apply pressure. Just goes for it at this range. That's not gonna hit. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Smart play with the throw. Drives impact misses. We have Super Archon sneaks in the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Quick medium poke. Breaks the block with a throw. Makes. What a parry. Oh, what's this? Were they baiting them into that? Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. Finds the target. What now? What was that off? Any throw will win at that range. Trying to counter on the action. Fireball pressure. There's a drive impact. Oh, here we go. Low heavy. Tosugeki to the face. Player 2 can't let this simmer. There's a burnout. Okay, here we passes out the cage right there. Oh, hits the critical arc. They gotta bust out the projectors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while the damage plays out. I can't believe it. Opens them right up. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Terry connects. Dashes. Big throws. Good work staying in throw range there. Throws them to negate the block. All right. Oh, whiffs the throw. Quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Takes a trip. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. And the throw ends the round. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
How's this? Medium kick. Who's going to start things off? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Drive impact. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. A quick breather. That's some big juicy damage on that counter. Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Both fighters planning something? Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. But crowns them from above. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Connects with the throw. Shrugs that off. Who's gonna take? Ooh, what a smart throw. Wow, reads the counter attack. Big read. Break through with the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Special versus online ranked match. Great match. A new challenger.
It's a mirror match. There's gonna be a lot of pride on the line for this one.
Gotta do this. Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Tries to bait him with the projectile. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Trips them up. Player one chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player two is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Oh, easy tech. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? In there! Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Defending that drive gauge. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Going on the offensive? Player one did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. They're backed up into the corner. Smart play with the throw. Player one is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using their drive. Both fighters planning. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. That was the highest I've ever seen. Player one survived that tense mirror match.
round. Online. Best online. Special online. Special match. Street Fighter 6. Fighting round. Unranked match. Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Gotta do this. Come on.
You call, I answer.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Goes for the command grab. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead opens up. Takes a trip. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Stops the attack by using a drive fair. Both fighters gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing. Player one with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Super art out of nowhere. The super doesn't hit. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have brushes that off and keeps going. Dashes forward. Just out of range for that throw. Dashes up. Big dink blow. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Going on the offensive. Knockdown and oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Pokes with a medium kick. Overhead, but it won't work. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Flashes him. KO. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Combo with the target combo. Bops him with a target combo. Parries the attack, and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Big counter. The throw missed. They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round. Impact's a no-go. Both fighters planning something? KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Tries to catch him out with the arc. Rushes that off and keeps going. Keeping them away. Big counter. This is gonna be bad news. A super arc. The super doesn't hit. Nice parry. Are they trying to bait a throw? They may have something up their sleeve. Uses the target combo as a filler. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. And this is gonna hurt. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Okay, here we go. Close range, a fireball at that range? Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Dangerous range here. Don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. What's the play here? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. Will they be able to manage what little drive gauge they have? Taking stock. Blocks the low heavy. Ah, burnout activates. In there. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. How's this? Medium kick hits. Pepper brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? How will this impact things? Chin-right kick for a mix-up. What'll happen here? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Their spacing is so on point, uses the gauge for a super art. That's not gonna hit. Player 1 experiencing burnout. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. They exchange blows. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Zones with the fireball. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Going on the offensive? Who will force the other's hand? Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Pump the brakes on the impact. Player 2, raw super art incoming. Will this super art lead them to the win? Both sides getting ready. Crowns them from above. Getting up, nothing stops this train. Gets the side flip. Overdrive lightning kick with some leftovers. A projectile to say, get off of it! Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? How's this? Pokes with a kick! What's that? Leading opens them right up! Player 2 really had to fight for that one! No shortage of drama! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Tries to act quickly, but with the attack! Peppers them with the lightning kick! Absorbs the attack and fires back. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Punish is there with the drive impact, really laying on the pressure. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Big counter! Very solid corner. Nice toss-up. Follows up and tags on the lightning kick barrage. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Connects with medium kick. Peppers them with the lightning kick. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Both fighters planning something? Pokes with a medium kick. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. The kick hits! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Shows the medium kick. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Reaches out with a lightning kick. Uses the parry. Mistimed the perfect parry, but is still safe. Hits up the... Will this super art connect? Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Saw that coming. Genius read. Oh, the back and forth reads are unreal. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Doing some quick planning? They are absolutely wailing, brushes that off and keeps going. With both fighters planning something, the punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. What'll happen here? Shows a medium kick, blocks the impact. They must have a game plan here with the critical art on deck, but executing that plan is the key. Sneaks in the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round.
Medium kick. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Scuffle. Hits him with a stopping block. Super art to show him what a PhD in fire can do for you. And it is on. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? It drops him hard. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Holy! Player punish counter sets the table. A real test of nerve to it. They're dizzied. Oh, stun. Bad news is on the way. Quick medium poke. Will they gamble something? There's a burnout. Finds the target. Player and whip. They're wide to put them on notice. Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire.
Online, special, online. Online. Special online. Great match. Comes a new challenger.
And they've gone for the same character. Neither side's gonna want to lose this one.
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Throws him down. Still slugging it out here. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Not so fast. Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Ooh, snap kick sends him spinning. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive kick. The low heavy connected? Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Flashes him. Grabs and throws him away. Was looking for that jump attack. Goes for the super art. The Dragon Last Flame giving them a side good on top of the damage. Pokes with the medium kick. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Knockdown and player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Shinrai kick for a mix-up. From low, ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player 1, it hits him with a stopping bomb. Going in, player 2 has this is gonna hurt. Noticeable luck sets up with the jump in. Breaks through with the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump low heavy. He flushes that off and keeps going. Looking to impress with this super. Scared money don't make no money. Spends it all for the Shinryu Ripper. This might be a pivotal super arc. Taking chunks out of each other here. And whips, they're wide open. The low kick hits! Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? The low! Amazing! Burns out! Player 2 is in burnout state! Oh, yo! Raw super here! Player 2 can't use this is gonna hurt! I can't believe it! They gotta dig down deep here. Sets up, are you kidding me? Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rebound. Drive parry. How's this? Flashes. Anti-air drops. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. And they outlast it. Both players with no drive in the tank. They are battling it out tooth and nail here, with no one having a clear advantage yet. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They don't need to go for anything big, even a light tap to win this round. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump into KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jumping. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Jumps in. From upstairs. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Throw leaves them wide open. Going in? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Low heavy. A parry? Going on the KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Fight round. Fight.
Open with a jump in? Top two's out of the quick dash. Player 1 and eats it. Bring in the heat. Come on now, let me hear you say it. Shinryu. Reppa. This is going to hurt. Will this super art do anything? The Dragon Lash super hits home. Sets up with the jump in. Harry connects. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. The low. Dangerous range here. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Ugh, take a throw. Both fighters are hurting. What's gonna happen? How's this? Risky medium kick. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Ah.